Good evening and welcome to Fishing with CJ. Back on the beach, and tonight I'm fishing one of Tonys Tackle Nomad Mini Opens evening match, and I'm down on the beach at Eastbourne, and you can see I'm actually as close to the pier as I've ever been. I'm running a bit late. The match started at 7 and it is now, let me just see what the time is. I'm 12 minutes late and I haven't put a bait in the water yet, but hey. So I've got a new rod which I've been raving about for years, but I managed to get one. I haven't cast it yet, so I'm going to give a little practice cast with it, or a couple of practice casts with it before I put a bait on it, just to see how I get on with it. So it is a Gravity X5 HT with that reel that I bought, which really I shouldn't have done, but well, hey. And yeah, we're on the MPEG, which could be good. Could be good. At the moment, we're down to the sand, so it's going to be quite shallow out there. Tell by the way where the waves are breaking that it's not going to be very deep. So plenty of daylight, might be some flatties out there, and then I'm figuring a bit of surf, might be some bass, might be some doggies, or it might be a blank, whatever. So I'm not filming for Tonys tonight. I will do an introduction for Tonys and then I'll film the way in for it. So if you want to see how I've got on, you're going to need to jump over onto the Tonys Tackle Seafishing channel to see the actual final weigh in. But I will be filming myself fishing this match. So no more ado, let's get this rod out and let's have a little blast with it. Right, so get the finger fob on. Using a finger fob tonight rather than a casting cannon. You know, always trying something different. Always trying something different. I've used finger fobs in the past and got on with them quite well. Casting cannon, the jury's out on it. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's a bit, the timing's a bit funny. Well, I'm only about half an hour late, but I have got a bait in the water. Colin has moved over with my partner, or my neighbour. He's moved over so he can tuck him behind that groin. He's winding in. Has he got a fish on there? Has he got a fish on, we ask ourselves. No, nothing there. Well, we've been out for a little while now. I've come down to the shore's edge because the waves are plucking my line and giving me loads of false indications, but it hasn't seemed to make much difference. I think once the tide comes in a little bit more, we'll lose this little swell, or the offshore break. It'll just be breaking on the shore, so it won't be so bad. But I'll wind this bait in now. I think it's been out long enough, and we'll see if we've got anything on there. I think I'm going to go to a slightly lighter weight as well, just for the benefit of the casting, but we'll see. We're just experimenting. It's a new rod, and I know that Tony chucks, this is the weight that he chucks on these rods, so let's give it a go. So we'll wind that in and see how we get on. Don't feel any fish on the end of here. Possibly something there. I say it's new rod to me, so I don't know quite what it feels like just to bring a lead in. It's a bit longer than what I'm used to, but I know I'm going to get on with it. Well, there's no fish there anyway, so we'll swap it over and get another one out. Rebait this. Well, we're over an hour at the match now, and I've got no activity at all other than waves tugging my line down, so I'm going to break out the secret weapon. Cake and a cup of tea. Guarantee something will happen now. So, mouthful of cake. Which is sticky ginger cake. Stickier the better, because obviously with sticky fingers it makes it even more awkward if you get a fish. And a swig of tea. So, what could go wrong? Watching my rod tip. I've got the lights on the end of the rod tip now, so it's flashing red and green, but I think that's a wave. I've not seen anything that looks like a fish activity on it. Might be time to bring this lead in, but this weight in, this bait in, and change over, put a fresh one out. I mean, they're not getting robbed, the baits aren't getting robbed, or they weren't. But yeah, maybe we'll do that. Finish my cake off, finish my cup of tea, or finish drinking tea, and we'll bring it in and freshen it up. Oh, we have activity on the rod. We have first appearance of fish activity on this rod. So, do we leave it for a bit and see if it develops into anything good, or do we wind it in? I'm inclined to think we should wind it in. It's due a bait fresh up anyway. Next time we get a tug, we'll wind into it. That's what we'll do. Definitely a whiting bite, but I mean, even a whiting I'd like to see at the moment. There's something wet and slippery on the end of my rod there. It's going again. Let's go and wind into this. Let's see what we've got. Right, let's wind into that and see what we've got. A minute in to get all this crap out of it. I'm not declaring anything here because it's could be nothing. Could be nothing. But ooh, don't know. Had a little tug then. You got a fish here? Or are we imagining things? Oh, we have we have a very small place, a very small place. Look at that. Now the question is it 18 centimeters? We're going to have to move up the beach a bit, I think. Let's move it up. Well, we've had a fish, and it wasn't a whiting, and it wasn't a dogfish, so that means cue the music and
wake up, sunshine, the brightest sky, follow me on this journey.
cut. He's in a bucket. Let's get my rig out and carry on fishing. Buckets with a top piece on them, mate. God, this is a pain in the arse. Hey? This is a pain in the arse. Coming all the way over here.
Hello.
That little fucker.
Hello. Place of 18 and a dog of 54. How big? Oh, that's alright. Fish. Yeah, alright then, Dan. Love ya. What did that fish on more name? Because
I'll just put a CE, shall I say?
yeah, see.
Yeah, just give us a scribble there.
Yeah.
Cheers, buddy.
Perfect.
Oh, that's the first bite I've had all day, all night.
Plate.
You had what?
18 plate.
You've 18, oh, an 80.
18 centimetres.
Right. Oh, right, okay. Well, it's good to hear the dogs are there. Well, we've had one little fish, a little place, gave us 10 points. So there's less than an hour to go at a competition. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try focusing on catching dogfish now. So I'm going to put a dogfish bait out, because I think if I'm going to need any sort of a hope of scoring enough points to get up into the prizes, it's going to take a miracle or a couple of dogfish. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wind this place rig in and replace it with a dogfish rig. So that's what we're going to do. Of course, all the time I was faffing about going to get my fish weighed in, I could have been having all sorts of rattly bites, couldn't I? Don't think I've got a fish on here, but I didn't know, I wasn't for sure when I brought that little place in. I say it's a new rod, so I'm not used to what it feels like when you're bringing something in, because it feels quite heavy, but that could just be the rod, because the rod's a bit longer than I'm used to. Got anything here? No. Nothing. Although there has been some activity on the baits, I think. So let's unclip that. We'll pack this rig away, we won't use it anymore. And we'll put this rig on, which is an up and over pulley rig with a cocktail bait of squid and black lug. Oh, up and over, but it's no longer up and over, it's just over. Or no, it's not over, it's just down. So I need to sort that out. Put some light on it. Get the finger fob off my finger, off the back of my hand and onto my finger. We'll try an off the groundy. Well, just moved up the beach because the tide's coming in really quick now, and it's quite a steep bank behind me, so it's a bit hard work. And I thought I'll sit down and I'll have a piece of cake and a cup of tea. And no sooner I've got the cake in my hand, but my rod starts going. Stop doing it now, put the camera on, of course. But watch that. You see it? Go on, fish, go again. I'm huffing and a puffing because it was hard work getting up here, and I got a sneaky suspicion I'm going to have to move again. We're getting very close to the end of the match, I have to say. I don't know what time it is, but it must be well on the way to 10 o'clock now. Let's have a look. Look at me. My dog and bone. Check the dog and bone for the time. No one wears watches nowadays, do they? 21, 22. Oh, we've got 38 minutes left to go, so it isn't all over yet. We could still pick up match-winning dogfish, or a couple of them. Try and get a couple of them because I've only got one bait on this rig. It's not doing anything now. That's doing the camera watching it. I'll carry on eating my cake. I must admit, I've got this ginger cake from my local little corner shop, and it's a bit dry. I have to say, feedback to the shop, you need to keep your stock fresh. So, cup of tea to wash down the dry cake, and carry on eating cake. Carry on eating cake and drinking tea. So I've got, see, as I turn the rod round, I've got the camera around, it's filming me, and straight away the rod starts bouncing. Ooh! A red light flasher. Do I tempt fate and put the camera back on the rod tip? The wave, maybe above the waves now. I must admit, these three-hour competitions are a bit short in my view. But you couldn't start at 6, you had to start at 7, and they want to get in the bar for the last orders. So, well, we'll turn the camera off because, as I say, putting the camera on seems to put a kibosh on it, and we'll wind this in a minute and change the baits. So let's wind this in and see if we've had anything on there. Put a fresh bait out and bait this one up, and that'll probably be my last chuck by the time that one goes out. So yeah. Well, there's about 20 minutes to go. We've got fresh bait out, we've had to move up the beach again. Hopefully, we can't go much further, although the tides are getting bigger, aren't they? So the ridge of the last high tide is there and we're just above it. So it could come above it, but high tide isn't until, it's back from behind. High tide isn't until, I don't know what time high tide is. I thought it was midnight. So I check, see what it says on the old tide sharks. Whoa, I'm getting wave. The waves are hitting behind this groin and splashing back over the top now. I'm getting splashed. Tide tables, southeast, eastbourne. The next high is 1 hour and 33 minutes. So the next high is in 1 hour and 33 minutes. Well, we're going to be packing up in 33 minutes or less. So hopefully we're an hour before the high tide, so we should be alright. We shouldn't have to move again. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Yeah, so we should be alright, we shouldn't have to move again. Oh, come on, one more fish, and then we'll go for the weigh-in. Don't know how, I really don't know how anyone else is doing. Colin next to me is at a smaller place than me, but he had a dogfish. And dogfish are always worth some points, so he'll be way ahead of me in points. But, they could all be blanking. I doubt they are, but yours remain open. Anyway, right, we'll put the camera back on when something happens. But at the moment, not a great deal is happening. I've got a big dogfish bait to chuck out around about now, really. Yeah, I think we might put that out now, last 15 minutes. Might just get lucky and get that match-winning dogfish. Got any activity on the worms? Yeah, we're going to get that in. Pack that rig away now. Whack the big dogfish, the lucky dogfish rig out, and fish that to the end of the match. So that's what we're going to do. So I'll put the camera back on. If anything happens, put a little red flashlight on the light, then that could be an indication of a bite. Those rig shark tip lights, I'm a great fan of them. Yeah, they do give you fake red flashes, you know, waves and what have you in the wind, but they also do show up little tiny knocks that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. So not flashed the red again, so yeah, let's get that in, let's get that big bait back out and start tidying away. Catch you later. Right, well that's it, that's the end of the match. I've had one little place, so I'm not blank, but I don't think I'm in the points or in the prizes, but whatever. That's fishing. Need to get down and have a nice, pleasurable, quiet, relaxed session and see if I can't catch myself a ray. That's the next plan, I think. So, thank you for joining me. Keep safe, keep sane, keep fishing. See you on the next one. We got a fish here? Or are we imagining things? Oh, we have we have a very small place.